This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I can't remember why I didn't have any breakfast this morning, most likely because I felt a bit rubbish. But this was my dinner, which was 3 chicken drumsticks, some carrot, celery, cucumber and a couple of eggs. It was lasagna soup for tea, and I had that with some carrots on the side for speed. I used a little bit of parmesan towards a healthy extra, but it wasn't anywhere near a full portion. I had 2 of these bars as my healthy extra B, and I had one of these Cadbury's tree decorations. They're just 1.5 sins. I finished off the day with one of these marshmallows, which I'm just going to count as a sin because it's really hard to work out how many sins they are. So I ended the day on just 2.5 sins. Today was just about making sure that I had some food in my system. They say feed a cold, so that was what I was trying to achieve today. And hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow because I've got lots to do. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I started off with one of these protein bagel thins, and look at that ooey gooey lovely poached egg. I didn't use any spread on the bagels because I knew that the poached egg would be lovely, but also I didn't have anything else in the fridge this day because it was shopping day. Okay, so I set off to the supermarket. It is 11:45 and I thought to myself, get the shopping done and then get some dinner because I wasn't that hungry. I had my breakfast, I had poached egg on bagel at about, 10 o'clock. But as I was driving, the hunger of 1,000 people just came over me. So I've ran into Aldi, picked up something for dinner, come back out to my car to eat it in peace, and then I'll go back in and do my shopping. So I got this duck and chicken sushi. This is just 1.5 sins. The only thing is in Aldi, they don't have any sort of forks or chopsticks or anything like that. So you just got to eat it with your hands, but fair enough. So yeah, I'm going to have this and then I'm going to go do my big shop. Goodbye. And also, to the people who make sushi, like, give more soy. What is that? Like, the tiny little fish, I get it, looks cute. But, like, I'd expect that with, like, a little small, maybe a 4 or 6 rolls. But these are really big rolls. I feel like that isn't enough. And actually, usually I have some packets of soy that just stay in my cart all the time. But I don't have any at the minute, so I've put it over sparingly. But that just isn't enough soy sauce. I know it's probably high in salt, but I don't care. Give me more. So I've been and done my Aldi shop and I thought I'd give one of these a go. They're just 1.5 sins, like a protein strawberry pouch sort of thing, because I'm still hungry today, but my throat is absolutely killing. I think I've been doing too much, so I thought this will be nice and smooth on my throat. Okay, bye. Tonight for tea, I decided to make the spicy beef ramen, which is out of the new Soul Food book. As always, I made a few little modifications and I wanted to do it more buffet style, I suppose, so that the boys would be able to pick what they wanted on theirs. This is what I had. The main change was I didn't have any red chilli, so I put a little bit of gochujang paste in and I put a little bit of miso paste in as well. But we definitely liked it. And I put out some toppings to choose. So I had a soft-boiled egg, some sweet corn, some spinach, some carrot, some grated courgette, and that was chicken off a rotisserie chicken. And it was really, really nice. My little boy did one as well, and he had like sweet corn and carrot and a bit of courgette that he didn't notice that I mixed in there. Not sure if I'll try it quite the same again, but maybe I'll have a little idea next time. I wanted to try these that I'd seen in Aldi at the checkout, and they were 2.5 sins for 25 grams. And I'm glad I didn't bring the whole packet upstairs because I would have just eaten them all. It was 7.5 sins for the whole packet, and actually got quite a lot, I felt, for 2.5 sins, so I was pretty pleased with them. I had some of these crisps. They're only 3 sins and a really good option. It's really hard to find low sin crisps that are in a pack and you don't have to measure out or anything like that, so definitely I'll have them again. And I had a couple of Baby Bells towards my healthy extra A. Then to finish off the night, I just had one of these Christmas tree chocolates, which are 1.5 sins each. So a pretty good day, still feeling a bit rubbish, but managed to get loads done, which is good. So I'm finishing the day on 10 sins. I feel like I've had loads of little treats today, which has been nice, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. Yesterday I'd made the spicy beef ramen out of the Soul Food cookbook, and I'd had to grate up some carrot and courgette, and I thought I'd add the courgette to an omelette. People have suggested that I do this before, however, I just always can't be bothered on a morning to start grating stuff. I just want to cook my breakfast, but it was a really good addition. It's not got an overpowering flavour, so actually it's quite nice to add and just bulks your omelette up a little bit. So I've just fried it off a little bit to get some of the water out. Maybe should have added a bit more because I always forget it melts down. Add in my egg. Move it around fill the pan. And my omelette secret, I always put a lid on it. Delicious. Lid back on just for a minute to finish it off, and I've got my bone scales ready for when I add the cheese. This might not look like the most pretty omelette, but it was definitely delicious. So I'm making this bang bang chicken salad along with a few other things today. I've already prepped some of my veggies, but I'm just going to make the dressing for it. Now my husband's decided he doesn't want me, he wants a bacon sandwich, which is fine. So I'm just trying to work out how to reduce the amount of dressing that I make. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of peanut butter, which is just 1.5 sins. And then I presume the rest of whatever else you put in is actually sin free. So the dressing for me would be 1.5 sins. So I've got 1 teaspoon worth of peanut butter. I'm also going to add 1.5 teaspoons of light soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. This is actually half a tablespoon measure, so that's about 1.5 teaspoons. I don't have any limes. I did think I had some limes, but they must have gone bad, so I'm adding some lemon juice. I'm just going to add 1.5 tablespoons of that as well. So when I was getting organised for this week, I was thinking about what I was making ahead and trying to make sure that all the prep was the same. So I used the carrot and courgette that I'd had last night. I had some cucumber and some thin sliced peppers here. Give it a good old mix around, and I added on top some rotisserie chicken that I'd just popped in the air fryer for about a minute. Drizzled over that peanut sauce. You better know I scraped that pan out because I was having the whole 1.5 sins worth of sauce on it. And then I topped that off with some spring onions. This was absolutely delicious. I gave it a really good mix around in the bowl so that everything was well coated in it. And if you're not a massive veggie person, then this is definitely the dish to try because it tastes a little bit of peanut butter, but not necessarily in a sweet way. So definitely want to give it a go, even if you think you might not necessarily like it. Then for tea, I made this sniffle busting chicken soup. Again, this is out of the Soul Food book. Absolutely rate it, loved it, everything I wanted in a soup. Don't know if it necessarily helped the sniffles, but that's not the point. I just followed the recipe. The only thing that I did change was when the chicken balls had gone in the pan for about 10 minutes, I just wanted to make sure they were absolutely cooked through, so I popped them in the air fryer for about 2 minutes, and it just made them a little bit browner as well, which I appreciated. Might not be for everyone, but that'd be my suggestion. For the boys, I made this beef and roasty pie that is in the new recipe book. It was really, really delicious. The boys refused to believe that soup was a good option for tea. Then I finished off my day with 2 of these bars from Healthy Extra B. I wasn't necessarily hungry, but it was nice to just have something sweet at the end of the day. So I'm finished on my day on just 1.5 sins, which was for that peanut butter sauce, and I'll see you tomorrow. Now, so this was Monday, and I started off with apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. For my dinner, I reheated some of this sniffle-busting chicken soup. I actually didn't want to make the main batch with the vermicelli in it because I didn't want it to go soft when it was going to be cooled and then reheated. So I actually did them separately and then just added the rest of the chicken soup up to warm it through. This was a moment that I realised that I probably had COVID because the chicken tasted really weird, and that's what happened last time that I had COVID. My husband assured me that the soup tasted really, really nice because he'd taken some to work that day, and I have got another portion in the freezer that I'm sure does taste really nice, but I realised at this point that wasn't very well. To go along with that, I just took some of the gammon that I prepared the day before and some chopped up carrots. I actually didn't get to finish the gammon properly, so I did put it into the air dryer, but I didn't put any sauce or anything on it because I just felt too unwell on the Sunday night. I also had an apple chopped up later on in the afternoon, but I totally forgot to take a picture of it. This night I had the beef and roasty pie that I'd actually made the night before for the boys. I had a very small little portion because my appetite had totally gone by this point, so I just had a very small little bowl. But it was really delicious. I'm definitely going to make this again. I had 2 of these bars from a Healthy Extra B, and then I had some of these sweets. 25 grams is 2.5 sins worth. So I finished the day on 3.5 sins, and I'll update what happened after that on my next video. So I'm not feeling very well again today. I've just been up to the shop to go get some medicine, and I ended up seeing this. I ended up getting some pick and mix. So I've got COVID, I didn't feel very well. I did a swab just to see what was going on. And I can't taste anything at the minute. And I just saw the sweeties and I thought, I just really want some sweeties. I want different mixed sweeties. And I went back through the sweet aisle and thought maybe I just need a little bit of something sweet to take the edge off. And I just kept walking back to this pick and mix like some sort of addict. And I suppose that's what I am, a bit of a sugar addict. I kept walking back to the aisle and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to get some. So I've got some sweets. I'm going to try and not eat all of these in the next hour today. And I'm going to try and not eat them all today. And hopefully there'll be some left to share with my little boy. And I did just get the littlest size one. I could have totally got the bigger £5 one, but I didn't. I just got the little ones. But yeah, I suppose this is my little like addict's confession that, and hopefully it's not going to affect my weight too much. But I've already eaten one of the chocolate mice out the top, so I'm definitely going to eat some of them. I just thought I'd come on and confess. I don't know why I feel like I need to confess, because it's my journey. I'm doing what I want. But maybe I feel like if I put it out on the internet, it'll stop me from going too crazy. I don't know. Anyway, bye. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I bought some sweeties this day and I was trying to delay eating them a bit. So I made sure to make my breakfast first, which was apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. And it didn't delay me very much because pretty much all them sweets were gone by the end of the afternoon. I made myself a bit of gammon, some mixed salad for my lunch this day. I really couldn't taste any of it. And at this point I had a really stinking headache and I just went to bed and tried to sleep it off a little bit. What I'd gotten out for tea that night was actually frozen and I wasn't in a state to start preparing any food. So my husband went to Mackie D's and got a double £quarter-pounder meal with some chips and also a Smarties McFlurry, which I ate and thoroughly enjoyed. So for the next 2 days after that, I've pretty much just eaten toast with butter and Marmite on them. I've probably had about 5 portions a day, and it's definitely not healthy extra brie bread. So the scales are going to say whatever they're going to say. However, when you just don't feel well, there's not much you can do about it. So I've had iron deficient anemia for around 8 years now, quite severely at times. It has been better and worse. I have my bloods done fairly regularly, roughly about every 3 to 6 months. I've had lots of different treatments over that time. So I have daily iron supplements, iron infusion, blood transfusion. I have some stuff to help stop me bleeding too much. And it means that when you're poorly, especially when you have something like a viral infection, it's made me feel really unwell, like I'm just not getting enough oxygen to my brain, most likely because my red cell count has taken a bit of a nosedive. And I think for me, that's what causes my headache. So when I'm really, really poorly, I just lay in bed and I feel like I'm panting, trying to get my blood circulating. I feel like I'm not getting enough oxygen, and that just wears you down over time and can make you feel really unwell. That's part of the reason why I'm having my operation that's coming up, to hopefully help settle that down so that it's not a lifelong issue and I can get my iron count up to a much more healthy, sustainable level. Like I say though, I'm definitely on the mend now. I am a little bit worried about getting on the scales. However, it will be what it will be. I survived and coped the best that I could given the circumstances. And it's just a blip. I know how to lose the weight. I am 100% certain that I've gained because everything just feels a little bit stuck and bloated. I know some of that's going to be water weight. So yeah, we'll just see. I'm getting weighed tomorrow, hopefully. It'll also be good to get back into my routine. So I am back at work tomorrow, hopefully. And I think getting back into your routine is always the best way, because when you're just laying in bed, you've got no motivation to do anything. So yeah, I'm back, I'm alive. Thanks for everyone who sent me lovely messages. It did sort of spur me on when I could see them, but to be honest, I haven't looked at my phone much in the last couple of days. So I'll do a little update tomorrow when I get off them scales.